angels are listening. God is listening. I am listening. Please sing with us.
So that's The Angels Are Listening by Snatam Kaur. Such a pretty song, and it continues for a bit longer, so I'm going to just let it play on in the background because it's just so beautiful. Snatam Kaur is an American singer, songwriter and author. She performs New Age Indian devotional music and tours the world as a peace activist. She has taught and shared Nad Yoga and Kundalini Yoga and meditation through her recorded CDs, concerts and workshops for the past 20 years as a part of her commitment to give people tools for a daily experience of inner peace. So, Sheila, what made you choose this song in particular?
I have a little bit of a joke to tell you.
Go for it.
Well, you had asked what was, a favorite song, and truth be told, I don't have a favorite song. I like lots of music and I love to dance. I don't have a great singing voice, but I will sing around the house. And for many, many years now, I tend to listen to devotional music. It's what will help me get out if I'm not feeling great and I'm quite low. I find that devotional music lifts me up without it also adding to my existing drama. And a lot of it is in Sanskrit. And so when I was about to choose a song, I thought, well, what am I going to choose? And so a lot of the music is much, much longer. And I do like Snatam Kaur. And I love this song because it's about listening. It's about, listening to angels, listening to God, listening to yourself. It's just about listening. And the melody and her voice just wonderful, I think, for everyone. And I was saying to my mom, I said, oh, Mom, I needed to choose a song. And my mom goes, She said, did you choose anything from this century? It's like, come on, Mom. Because my mom is always telling me about modern music. And she'll say, oh, have you heard this? Have you heard this? And I'll go, no. So it was just when she said, is it from this century? I just had to laugh. It was funny.
It's from this century, but it's about Sanskrit.
Exactly. So I said it was short. I said it was 13 minutes long, which is...
it's sort of, yeah.
For me, it's short. A lot of the stuff I listen to can be much, much, much longer.
But so beautiful.
That's what I listen to feel more peaceful, or to, like I said, to lift me up of whatever it is, if I'm not feeling great, or when I am feeling great, or when I'm cooking and stuff. So.
I think it's absolutely beautiful. I love it so much. I'll put a link to the YouTube clip that we've downloaded this from. So if anybody wants to listen to it again, they can do, because it's unless you know Snatam Kaur, you're probably going to have trouble finding her online. Although the song you might well find if you did the search for what's it? Listening with the Angels. Is that what it's called?
Yes, I think yes, is what it's called.
Listening with the Angels. So, but I will put a link on the Facebook page so that people can find it. So now you're also the co-author of a book. Would you like to tell us more about that, Sheila?
Well, I found myself earlier this year being asked if I would like to write a chapter in a book that some other amazing people were writing in. And the book is called Your Shift Matters, and Breakdown to Breakthrough.
Yeah.
And I believe I'm chapter 20. Am I 23? I think I am chapter 23. I don't know why I got confused thinking I was chapter 21, but actually
23 is a good number. 23. That's my birthday date, the 23rd.
Exactly, 23rd, which is tomorrow. What's really interesting is that I was told I've been told by many people that I'm going to write. And the last few years, writing hasn't particularly come that easily for me. And so when I was asked in June this year, would you like to be part of this project? I found myself saying yes.
How exciting.
I know. In June, I was in the middle of a coaching program, but I found myself, yeah, I can do it. And when I sat down to write the chapter, things just flowed. I knew what story I was going to tell about an experience I've had. It just came so easily. And last month I was in the US for various things, and I was on a vortex energy healing workshop, and
yes.
we were working with what is real and what is reality, and a breakdown came up for me. I woke up one morning and breakdown, and I thought, wow, this book was called Your Shift Matters, Breakdown to Breakthrough. And I always avoided, in the months leading up to the book coming up, I avoided using breakdown to breakthrough, because somehow that didn't gel with me, didn't resonate with me. Your shift matters. I thought, great. I have to say something. It really matters to me and possibly to other people that read it, but breakdown to breakthrough? I didn't have a breakdown. And during this course, things were coming up, and it suddenly dawned on me that actually I did have a breakdown. And breakdown to me was not something that was a positive. It had too many negative connotations. Losing control, wouldn't happen to someone like me, not something that possibly my family would appreciate, or my friends, just it just was not a good thing. And so I kind of avoided actually admitting that I'd had some kind of breakdown. And that's been just a new realization for me in the last few weeks, that back in 2009, when I had my breakup, I actually had a breakdown in those months before I started vortex energy healing. And in a way, it's quite it feels good to be able to say it, because my chapter talks about the breakdown of that relationship and what I went through, how I felt, and how I got out of it. And yeah, so I don't know. Sorry.
No, I was going to say that ended up as a best-selling book on Amazon as well. Was that right?
It did. In the spirituality section, I believe, there are just 25 amazing stories in there, each chapter because I read the whole book a few weeks back, and I couldn't put the book down, and I was fortunate that I was able to read it in a day, and I just feel so proud that I was able to write in a book that when I actually picked it up, I could read the whole thing. It was a book that I didn't want to put down.
Congratulations. How wonderful to be in a book that you're so proud of as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I suppose also, if people wanted to buy it, is it inspiring stories? Does it document how people have managed to overcome their challenges and difficulties, or what is the overriding flavor of the book, as it were?
It's about challenges and how people have overcome them.
Fantastic.
So there's various, I've written about relationship. People have written about illnesses and how they've overcome them, about family conflicts, about quite a few different subjects. But basically, it's how they came through it, what they did, and where they are today.
And books like that are just so vital because, people love stories. I think a story just tells so much more than being talked to. If you can share your story, you can learn so much more from it. And I suppose also, probably every chapter in that book details something that many of us have faced in our lives at some point. And to see how other people have managed to cope with those difficulties and those challenges is just so inspiring.
Absolutely. And you never, when I started to write, I said that everything just, I knew what I was going to write about. It was easy to write. And that was all true. But it also brought up the memories. And I actually cried when I read my own chapter.
Oh,
I cried again. So although on the one hand I've got over a lot of my chapter and that past relationship, it's still, when I read it, still touched me, in places that are, very personal to me.
so it was healing at the same time as inspiring others.
Exactly. So actually, you almost write for yourself, but I think for me, I wrote what was very special to me, what was meaningful to me, and yeah.
And a colourful chapter came out of it, no doubt. I think when you do something that is so close to your heart, you write with emotion and passion and purpose, and that's what makes it so readable.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
And so we're approaching our last sort of 9 minutes of the show, Sheila. So can you share with us what would be your top 3 insights that you would like the Flourish and Thrive listeners to walk away with?
One of the things for me would be that taking responsibility for your happiness, because I had to wake up to that.